Where are the developers? They've been ghosts for months. I actually get a chance to check the space out. They haven't been telling us anything. Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's let. I hadn't even played this game in months. There's nothing else to do. Let's turn this music on. But I want to take the time to talk about this game today. I haven't played this game in a while, and I'm playing this on the PlayStation 5. And if I was playing this on my PS4 and hooked it up to my TV right now and tried playing this game in this particular space of steampunk, I haven't honestly played and been able to explore and experience this space at all because when they first released this public space, it was blue screen mania. Almost every time I would try to click it, when I click it, I knew when I clicked on the public space, I knew how to crash this game completely. I knew how to blue screen the game easily if I wanted to get off the game, and that's not good when you know how to crash the game that you're playing right away because you know something doesn't work properly in the game and something's not functioning well. So this is the particular space that I'm in right now that I can finally get to experience. Now, I'm not gonna, there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that I'm gonna be able to make it through this video for a couple minutes or several minutes just because of any space because you can crash at any time when it comes to this game. And when I'm playing this on a new gen system, I can't even really move my avatar how I want to. Now, I just want to talk about this game. It's not that many people in this space. It's only two people here, and it's just total. And we're just going to their page. We've been teased with the remake. What's the status of this game? What's the status of the PC game that they claim to be working on? And they said it's supposed to be coming out at sometime in summer or maybe in the autumn, which is basically fall, if you don't know. And my problem is that it's been already several months. We haven't even heard from these guys in a while. And the last time I played this was way back in about a month ago, May 7th, if I'm not mistaken, when they dropped the newest latest patch from Tribal Games and Sepia Studios with the Regal Tang fishes in different outfits and more clothes and stuff like that. More stuff that we don't really need because we want to have the remake. And I just personally think that they wasted all this time. Where you got amazing spaces like that and like this, when you zoom out, there's nothing else to really get into. There's no activity. It's just one mil minigame. You're running around. I know exactly where it is. I'm gonna run over there and just showcase it because I did finally get a chance to explore this space for the first time because it's just been that long. And it just showcases the problems of this game. You know, the bugs and the glitches, the crashing, none of that stuff never got fixed. There's so many things that needs to be stabilized and just when it comes to this game, it doesn't even show you how to control this. You just have to guess. You wouldn't know pressing R1 would be able to you'll be able to ascend and then you can descend with L1. I can run up on this guy right now and fly down. He's just running around in the water. This is a Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! He came back into the space. He must have crashed. Cause he see how he just spawned in earlier in the video? He must have crashed. So he's just running around. But there's just not much going on for this game. So where is the communication? I have no idea if anyone out there is still playing this game. I haven't even really been playing this. This has just been sitting on my game base, or basically the PlayStation 5 dashboard for quite some time, for months. I hadn't even played it since May. I didn't even touch this game in June, and here we are in July, getting ready for the holiday weekend. There's not even a 4th of July update they can probably potentially come out with. I'm surprised they didn't even try to come out with 4th of July outfits or anything like that to really update their shops. But it's just so many problems with this game and the lack of communication. It just really isn't. I don't think it's the right way to keep people around on the game and keep people playing. Let us know what's going on and just be vocal. And even if you don't have anything done yet, you could still just be able to come out with a post. It doesn't take that long to type out a post of a progress report. And even if you don't have a video teaser or another trailer or a teaser of a public space picture, that teaser that they have pinned on their page is from early February, if you can believe it. And I'll send you guys some link right there, right in the description, if you guys want to check it out. If you guys don't know how to keep up with all the updates, they only post on their Facebook page. They don't post anywhere else. It doesn't matter what kind of social platform. If you do not, you don't even need a Facebook. You can just go over there and check it out and look up their page to keep up with the latest updates. If you're expecting them to post something on their other social media pages outside of Facebook, they don't really share and they don't get the same amount of love and the same amount of post updates and progress reports and stuff like that. And I hardly see people playing this game. I'm gonna get off of this. Why can I exit? There you go. So I'm gonna get ready to try to change spaces, but I wanted to really be able to explore this space for a few minutes. So I don't know how long I'm gonna go today, but it's I think it's absolutely ridiculous to leave people in the dark and then have people waiting and then expecting them to keep on playing and wait around for these guys to come out with an update to get things together. Of course, it takes time, but it doesn't. It'll do them much better if they came out with more posts to communicate with us. Because even I can't figure out what they're working on. They only gave us that little update, the lack of news of different updates and information on what's going on what's getting done, what's being fixed. We don't even know their situation. Are they even working on anything? What about the other developers? CVS and Juggernaut Games, where are they up to? And CVS and Tribal Games, they're the most recent update as far as content for a brand new shop that you can check out and things on the shop. It's risky to even open the store. You can't even stay on the shop for that long. So these are the two newest shops. We have your Royal Fun with our quality innovative content and more tattoos for our avatars. I'm closing this out. So because I don't want to freeze. So it's just a mess right now. And I can probably go to the Nexus right now. See, she was already in the space too, as well. Well, she was already still here. She probably just hit the respawn button. But there's no other activity besides that. You don't get anything else. You just fly around. And this game cannot handle next gen. You see? You just slide, you run in place. It's just, you can't even control your avatar how you want to. So I'm waiting for that big update that they've been promoting it ever since last year, way before the changes got made. They already announced before everything just all the worldwide changes with everyone just staying safe and wherever you are in the world with the outbreak hitting and affecting everyone around the world, they already announced and brought all these different teasers and promotions about the remake. And I just feel like they did was tease it. They came out with the post. They came out with the post to tease us, but they weren't actually really working on the remake. Come to find out, putting the pieces together, they were actually trying to put together the pieces. They were trying to put together the Nebula Realms PC version, but it's not time for that right now. You need to work on the core, your base game, and focus on that because PC players out there are not going to have the patience and the tolerance to try to play a game that they never played before that's not going to run well. They're going to delete it, move on to another game, and go play something else. So I think if anything, if I'm a dev, I'm just going to be focusing on the main console version of the game, make sure that's up to par and playable before trying to come out and put all that extra pressure on myself as a developer and bring out a whole different game, another version of the game that runs completely different in comparison to a console. And it's just a completely different platform. It's not going to run the same. They're going to run into the same problems that we had from day one with crashing, lagging. The servers are not going to be able to handle anything at all. They're not going to be able to handle the servers and they're just going to crash, crash, and crash. And it's just going to get ugly. But I just really think that they should do more communication. I'm just going to go ahead and change spaces. And everybody's at the Nexus. But that's where I crashed when I tried to go in here. But just looking at all these spaces that we have, there's not really much to really get into. Ghost Towns for Halloween, we're in July. The mini game's gone. Steampunk, just as I showcased, it's not even really much activity. So I don't even have the means of getting on here. But I just wanted to discuss it for a little bit, and I'm just not liking the lack of communication from these guys, and they're not really talking with us. They're not communicating with their community and supporters how they're supposed to. And I'm not saying come out with a post every week. They can do different things. They can post every now and then, but don't just have us waiting for months and have us in the dark guessing and trying to figure out what's going on and hoping that you guys are getting things done and things are being able to be fixed and stabilized. The crashing issues that they supposedly said on their page that they were gonna fix or apparently fix from the crashing and connection issues, they haven't really gotten any better. The game breaks on its own as time goes on. So you already know what's up when it comes to the status of this game. So this is the hangout spot. I'll click on it, but it's just the bowling is my favorite place to be because it's the most activity. You can play bowling. It's different sort of mini games that you can play, but that speaking of the bowling alley, that was just the later. That was just only the teaser that we've gotten so far. We didn't get any other teasers ever since February. So it's July now. What's going on? What's going on for as far as the status of this game? And are we gonna ever hear from these guys again? Ever again? Or will we have to wait till September or maybe later on? But they can take us. I'm not trying to say they need to rush the update or anything like that. And I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea. But at least communicate of what's going on. Give us a progress or a little bit of an update of what's getting done, what's been done so far as the game, instead of just having to sit here and just play this guessing game and wait for them to come out with a post. And it's not very active. It's not very active in this game. There's so many good games out to get into, and I've been playing some of the other games. So it's just there's no point in even coming on. That's why I haven't been streaming this game. There's not really any activities or anything like that. But if there's any events going on, that's when I'll really jump on it. But it doesn't really make a difference, and it's not going to make the game any better when they come out with updates and things are not getting done and being fixed. These updates with the clothes and stuff like that on the shop, those are, in my honest opinion, they're distractions for the developers, and they're slowing the progress down for the remake that should be out by, well, I'm not saying by now, but it should be some things that are being done and some of the issues being addressed, the main issues being addressed instead of just coming out with a shop. You come out with stuff on the shop, but the shop itself doesn't even run well. So that's already a bad sign when you can crash on the shop, and when you stay on the shop too long, it'll freeze up. And if you just try to explore the bottom of the contents of the or just I'll just go to the pants or anything like that, or just something that has multiple pages like the companions or the pets, for example. I'll head on to the tab here just to wrap up. It can potentially freeze up when you try to get to the last page. Joking at pets, for example, because they have plenty of pets. 17 pages. You could probably crash on one of these pages. You don't even know what's going to happen. That's just how unstable the game is in regards to its stability and its performance. So many performance issues. It's risky to even try to get down there, to get to the bottom of the shop. They got some cool pets and all this stuff, but it's when the game doesn't run well, you don't need none of this stuff on the shop. The game needs to be fixed. The game needs to be fixed. It needs to be more communication. The game's been out long enough. I've been playing this game since the beginning, and I've seen all the updates. I covered all the updates. There's so many things that I've seen, and there could be way more activities than what we have right now. Well, of course, I'm not going to go all the way down to the bottom of the tab because you never know. It's going to crash in a matter of minutes, matter of seconds. It's risky to even be on the shop. But that's all I have to say. I just hope that we hear from them soon. It might be sometime next week, the week after, the week after, the week after, maybe the next month, the next month. We don't even know when we're going to hear from them because it's already been a couple months, quite a few months to be exact, and we don't even we should have another teaser or any sort of update or some kind of situation. Let us know what's happening. If anything is not being done, if anything is not ready yet, just say that's fine, but at least be able to communicate the issues or what they're trying to bring out. Maybe an ETA. That's the only thing we got for as far as the PC version. But that shows that they're not really working on the remake. They're working on they have too many tasks. They're taking on too many things at once. They need to focus on this base game first before they even think about trying to come out on a completely different platform. That's that's going to be an even more tougher task than what they can handle, because this game already has enough problems as it is with crashing, loading loops, and being able to freeze at any moment. And it's just not stable when spaces get too crowded. And it's just risky to go anywhere to even try to traverse to a public space. You can even crash in your own personal space. That's just how bad it is.